The alien fleet moved slowly through the dark space, like a group of hunters searching for easy prey. Their ships were huge, cold, and silent, but inside them, there was laughter for them. War was not serious, it was a game. A form of entertainment on the main command ship. The alien commander sat on his high chair, watching a small blue planet on the screen. The planet was weak, its defenses almost gone. Its people already losing hope. Start the final phase, the commander said calmly. A bright light filled the screen, and within seconds, the planet was gone. No resistance, no challenge, just silence. The crew laughed louder. One more easy win, one alien said. Too easy, another replied. The commander leaned forward, bored. This galaxy is becoming dull, he said. We need something new. Something fun. A junior officer stepped closer. There is one more system nearby, he said. A small planet called Earth. The commander looked interested for the first time. Show me, the screen changed. Showing Earth, blue oceans, green lands, and millions of humans living normal lives. The aliens scanned the planet quickly. Weak bodies, one officer said. No natural weapons, another added. Low-level technology compared to us. The commander smiled slightly. Perfect. Prepare a message, he ordered. Let's invite them to our game. A signal was sent across space. Moving faster than light, heading straight for Earth. On Earth, everything was normal. People were working, talking, living their daily lives. No one knew what was coming. Until the signal arrived. Every screen across the world suddenly turned black. Phones, TVs, computers, all connected at once. Then a strange symbol appeared, followed by a deep, cold voice. We are the rulers of this sector, the voice said. We have chosen your planet for our next war. You may try to resist. If you wish, the message ended. Silence filled the world. For a moment, no one moved. Then panic started. People shouted. News channels exploded with fear. Governments rushed into emergency meetings. But something was different at the top level. World leaders did not panic. They listened carefully to the message again. They studied every word, every tone. They think this is a game, one leader said quietly. Another nodded. They have no idea who we are. Hours later, a reply was sent from Earth, simple, short, and direct. Leave now. That was all. Back in space. The alien crew received the message. They stared at it for a second, then they burst into laughter. Did they just threaten us? One asked. This is going to be fun, another said. The commander smiled, but this time, his eyes were focused. Move the fleet closer, he ordered. Let's begin. Hundreds of alien ships started moving toward Earth. Like a storm coming closer, on Earth, the skies remained calm. No panic in the military, no chaos in command centers. Everything was controlled. Quiet, too quiet, deep underground, hidden from the world. Human commanders watched the incoming fleet. Their faces were serious, but not afraid. They are coming faster than expected, one officer said. That's fine, another replied. All units ready? Yes. A short silence followed. Then the main commander spoke. Remember, we do not rush. We do not panic. We finish this. Completely. In space, the alien fleet reached the outer edge of Earth's system. They prepared their weapons, ready for another easy victory. Send a small attack group first, the commander said. Let's test them. A group of smaller ships moved forward, heading toward a human station near the edge of space. The aliens expected no resistance, just another quick win. Inside the human station, alarms were silent. No shouting, no fear, only calm voices. They are in position, a soldier said. Good, the commander replied. Activate it. Back in the alien ships, everything looked normal, until suddenly, their screens went dark, their systems stopped responding. What is happening? One pilot shouted. Before anyone could answer, the entire attack group disappeared. No explosion, no signal, nothing left, just empty space. On the main alien ship, silence replaced laughter. The commander stood up slowly, his eyes fixed on the screen. "What was that?" he whispered. For the first time, the game did not feel fun anymore. And far away, on Earth, the human commander looked at the screen and said quietly, "This is not a game, and this time, the war had truly begun." Asterisk. The silence inside the alien command ship felt heavy. No one laughed now. The empty space where their attack group once existed was still on the main screen. No debris, no signal, no trace. It was as if those ships had never been there. The alien commander stood still, his mind racing. "Report," he said slowly. Officers quickly checked their systems. "No explosion detected," one said. "No weapon signal," another added. "They are just gone." The commander's eyes narrowed. "That is impossible," he said. "Nothing simply disappears in war. Everything leaves a mark." But this time, there was nothing far away. Near Earth's outer defense line, everything looked quiet again. The human station floated calmly in space, cold, silent, almost harmless inside. The human crew continued their work like nothing had happened. No celebration, no excitement, only focus. "They will send more," one operator said. "Yes," the commander replied, "and next time, they will be careful." Back on the alien flagship, tension was growing. The commander turned to his crew. "This is no longer a game," he said. "We proceed with caution." That sentence alone shocked many officers. They had never heard him say that before. War had always been fun, easy, predictable, but now, something was different. "Send drones," the commander ordered. "Scan everything." Small unmanned alien drones moved forward. Spreading across the dark space, they scanned for energy, heat, movement. Anything unusual. At first, everything looked normal. Stars, planets, empty space. Then one drone detected something strange. A signal, very weak, almost hidden. "Zoom in," an officer said. The image became clearer. There were objects floating in space, small, dark, almost invisible. "What are those?" another officer asked. Before anyone could answer, the drones suddenly lost connection. One by one, their signals disappeared. Just like the attack ships before them, the command room grew colder. "They are controlling the battlefield," one officer whispered. "They are hiding things from us." The commander clenched his fist. "Enough," he said. "Prepare the main fleet. If they want war, we will give it to them." Hundreds of alien ships moved forward again. But this time, slowly, carefully, weapons charged, shields active, sensors fully alert. They were no longer playing. They were hunting, or at least, they believed they were, on Earth, deep underground. Human commanders watched every movement. Large screens showed the alien fleet advancing step by step. "They changed," one officer said. "They are afraid now." The main commander nodded slightly. "Good," he said. "Fear makes them predictable." Another officer looked confused. "Sir, they are stronger than us." "Yes," the commander replied calmly. "But strength is not everything." A new order was sent across human forces. Not loud, not urgent, just clear and simple. Phase 2. In space, the alien fleet reached closer to Earth. Still no direct attack from humans, no visible defense lines. No large fleet waiting for them. It felt wrong, too easy again. "Where are they?" one alien pilot asked nervously. "They should be here." Then suddenly, a signal appeared. A human signal, broadcasted openly this time. All alien ships received it at once. A calm human voice spoke. "You came for fun. Now you will learn," the message ended. Before the aliens could react, something changed. Stars around them started to disappear, not actually gone, but hidden, blocked. Dark shapes moved in the distance, fast, silent, impossible to track. "Multiple contacts," an officer shouted. They are everywhere. Lock targets, the commander ordered. But targeting systems failed. Nothing could be locked. Nothing stayed still long enough. Then the first alien ship was hit. Not with a loud explosion, but with a silent strike. Its lights went out. Its engines stopped. It drifted into darkness dead. "Return fire," the commander shouted. Alien ships fired in all directions. Bright beams filled space. But they hit nothing, only empty darkness. Another ship went silent. Then another, one by one. Without warning, without sound, fear spread through the fleet. "This is not possible," one officer said. "We cannot see them. We cannot fight them." The commander's face changed for the first time in his long life. He felt something unfamiliar, not anger, not excitement, but fear, real fear, far below, on Earth. The human commander watched the battle quietly. "They are reacting exactly as expected," he said. "No emotion, no pride, only control, back in space." Surrounded by invisible enemies, the alien fleet was no longer hunting. They were trapped, and slowly. They were being erased. And the worst part was, they still did not understand how or where the real enemy was. And that made it even more terrifying. The alien fleet was no longer moving forward. It had stopped, not by order, but by fear. Ships floated in formation, weapons ready. But no one wanted to move first. Every direction looked dangerous. Every shadow felt alive. Inside the command ship, the air felt heavy. No one spoke loudly anymore. Even small sounds felt too sharp. "Status report," the commander said, his voice low but controlled. "7 ships lost," an officer replied. "No clear attacker. No energy trace. No visible weapons." The commander stared at the screen. He was not seeing a battlefield. He was seeing a trap. "They are not fighting us," he said slowly. "They are controlling us." The officers looked confused. "What do you mean?" one asked. The commander stepped closer to the screen. "They decide when we see, when we move, when we lose. This is not war. This is hunting, far from the alien fleet." Hidden in the dark, human ships moved like shadows. They were smaller, faster, quieter. Their engines left almost no trace. Their signals were hidden deep inside the noise of space. Inside one of these ships, a young human pilot watched the alien fleet. "They look lost," he said quietly. His captain did not smile. "Good," she replied. "Lost enemies make mistakes, back on Earth." In the underground command center, everything was calm. Large screens showed every movement, every signal, every small change. "They stopped advancing," an officer said. "Yes," the main commander replied. "They are trying to understand. Should we push harder?" another officer asked. The commander shook his head. "No, we let them think. Back in space." The alien commander made a decision. "All ships. Defensive formation," he ordered. "Stay close. Cover each other." The fleet slowly changed shape. Ships moved closer, shields overlapping. Weapons pointed outward in all directions, if they attack. "We respond together," the commander said. For a moment, nothing happened. No attacks, no movement, only silence. Then, a signal appeared, weak, broken, almost like a mistake. "Commander, we are picking up a human transmission," an officer said. "Play it." The sound was unclear, full of noise. "Help, under attack. Need support." It sounded like humans were in trouble. The alien officers looked at each other. "Is this real?" one asked. The commander's eyes narrowed. "It could be a trap," he said, but then he paused. "Or it could be weakness." He made his choice. "Send a small rescue interception unit," he ordered. "If it is real, we gain advantage." "And if it is a trap?" an officer asked. The commander looked at him coldly. "Then we learn." A group of alien ships moved out from the main fleet, slowly following the weak signal. They moved carefully, scanning everything. The signal became stronger. "Please, anyone. We are losing." It sounded desperate inside the human hidden ships. Operators watched quietly. "They took the bait," one said. "Of course they did," the captain replied. "They still think like players." The alien ships reached a dark area. Far from the main fleet, there was nothing visible. No human ships, no stations, nothing. "Where is the signal coming from?" a pilot asked. "Right in front of us," another replied. Confused, then suddenly, the signal stopped. Complete silence. "Commander, we lost the transmission," one officer reported. "Scan again." They scanned everything. Nothing. Empty space for a second. Everything felt calm. Too calm. Then it happened. Space itself seemed to shift. Not explode, not break, but change. Dark shapes appeared all around them. Closer than expected. Too close to react. "Ambush," someone shouted, but it was already too late. Human ships moved fast, not attacking directly, but striking key points: engines, systems, control units. Each hit was precise, silent, deadly. Alien ships tried to fire back, but their formation was broken. Their systems were failing. Their targeting could not lock. One by one, the ships went dark. Not destroyed, disabled, useless, back in the main fleet. The alien commander watched in shock. "They separated us," he said quietly. "They made us divide our strength." Fear spread deeper now, not just from losing ships, but from understanding the truth. These humans. An officer whispered, "They are not fighting like any species." The commander finally understood something important. Something dangerous. "They are not reacting to us," he said slowly. "They are leading us far away." Hidden in darkness, human forces pulled back again. Silent, unseen. They did not chase. They did not celebrate. They simply disappeared once more, leaving behind a broken group of alien ships. And a fleet that was no longer confident. And in the quiet command room, the alien commander spoke one final line. A line filled with tension, a line no one expected to hear. "We are not in control of this war." And for the first time, the idea of defeat began to feel real. The alien fleet drifted in silence. Not destroyed, not defeated, but no longer confident. Ships stayed close together, afraid to move too far. Every shadow looked like an enemy. Every signal felt like a trick inside the command ship. The alien commander stood alone for a moment. He was thinking not about victory, but about survival. "They are not stronger than us," he said quietly. "They are smarter in this battlefield." An officer stepped forward. "Commander, we still have more ships, more power." The commander nodded slowly. "Yes, but power without control is useless." He turned to the crew. "From now on, we change tactics. No chasing signals, no splitting forces. We move as one, for the first time." The alien fleet stopped acting like hunters and started acting like soldiers far away. Hidden behind a field of broken asteroids, human ships waited. They did not rush. They did not attack. They watched inside one human command ship. A strategist studied the alien formation. "They are learning," he said. "They are staying together now," another officer asked. "Does that make it harder?" The strategist shook his head. "No, it makes it simpler, back on Earth." The underground command center remained calm. Screens showed new patterns, new movements. "They changed formation," an officer reported. "Yes," the main commander replied. "They are trying to survive now." Another officer looked concerned. "Does that slow us down?" The commander looked at the screen carefully. "No, it means they are thinking inside our plan." A new order was given. Not loud, not rushed, just one line. Phase 3, in space. The alien fleet moved forward again. Slow, tight, defensive. No more mistakes. Or so they believed. Suddenly, a large human ship appeared in front of them. For the first time, visible, clear, real. "There!" an alien officer shouted. A target. The commander raised his hand. Hold, he said. The ship did not attack. It did not move. It just stayed there waiting. Why would they show themselves? One officer asked. It makes no sense. The commander watched carefully. They want us to see this, he said. The human ship sent a signal. Clear and direct. No noise, no fear. Follow us. The alien crew looked confused. Is this another trap? The commander stayed silent for a moment. Then he spoke, yes. But this time, we follow it. The fleet moved slowly behind the human ship. Weapons ready, sensors active, every system prepared. The human ship led them into a wide, empty space. No planets, no stations, nothing to hide behind. Just open darkness. This is strange, an officer said. No cover. No advantage. Exactly, the commander replied. They are changing the game again. Then the human ship stopped. Right in the center of the empty space. Prepare weapons, the commander ordered. This ends now, but before they could fire, something unexpected happened. The human ship powered down its weapons. Its shields dropped. It became completely defenseless. What are they doing? An officer asked. They are exposing themselves. The commander's eyes widened slightly. No, he said slowly. They are showing us something. Suddenly, a transmission opened. A human voice spoke, calm and clear. You still think this is about strength. You are wrong. Before the aliens could respond, the space around them changed again, not with hidden ships. Not with silent attacks, but with information. Their system started receiving data. Massive amounts of it, battle records, movement patterns. Their own past actions, everything they had done since entering the system. They are sending us our own data, an officer said. Shocked. Why? The answer came quickly. Because we already know you, the human voice said. The alien commander felt something deeper than fear now. Understanding. They studied us before we arrived, he whispered. They knew every move we would make around them. Hidden human ships slowly revealed their positions, not attacking, just surrounding. Perfectly placed. No panic, no rush, only control, back on Earth. The human commander watched the moment. They see it now, he said, in space. The alien commander lowered his head slightly. For the first time, he was not facing an enemy. He was facing a strategy he could not escape. And the worst part was not the weapons. Not the hidden ships, it was the truth. This war was never equal. Because from the very beginning, humans were not reacting. They were planning everything, and now the aliens were exactly where humans wanted them to be. Right in the center of something they still did not fully understand. And that made it even more dangerous. Asterisk. The alien fleet stayed frozen in position. No one gave an order to move. No one dared to break formation. For the first time, their greatest strength. Their numbers felt like a weakness. Every direction was covered by human ships. Not close enough to attack, but close enough to remind them. They were surrounded inside the command ship. Silence filled the room again, but this silence was different. It was heavy with realization. They knew, the commander said quietly. They knew everything we would do. An officer stepped forward. Nervous, Commander, we still have firepower. We can break through. The commander looked at him. No, he said calmly, if they wanted to destroy us, we would already be gone. That truth hit harder than any weapon. Far away, human ships held their positions. Still silent, waiting, they were not rushing for victory. They were controlling the moment, inside one human command vessel. A senior officer watched the alien fleet. They understand now, she said. They are not fighting anymore, another officer asked. So what is next? She replied without emotion. Now they feel it, back on Earth. The underground command center showed no signs of celebration. No cheers, no smiles, only focus. They are stable. But not acting, an officer reported. Yes, the main commander replied. They are thinking about survival now. Another officer hesitated before asking, "Do we accept surrender if they offer it?" The room became quiet for a second. The commander looked at the screen. "No," he said. "They did not come here for survival. They came here for fun, in space." A signal suddenly came from the alien fleet, clear, direct, controlled. "This is the commander of the alien fleet," the voice said. "We request communication." The human ships did not respond immediately. They waited, letting the tension grow. Then finally, a channel opened. A human voice answered, calm and steady. "Speak." The alien commander took a breath, something he had not needed in years. "This conflict has escalated beyond expectation," he said. "We propose a ceasefire." Inside the human ships, no one reacted emotionally. They expected this. "What do you offer?" the human voice asked. "We withdraw from your system," the alien commander said. "No further engagement." A short silence followed, long enough to feel uncomfortable. Then the human voice returned. "Denied." The word hit like a shockwave. Inside the alien command ship, officers looked at each other in disbelief. "Denied," one repeated quietly. The commander remained still. He expected this answer. But hearing it made it real. "Why?" he asked. The human voice replied, still calm, "Because you started this for entertainment. No anger. No shouting, just truth. You do not leave when you are bored," the human said. "You leave when we are finished." The channel closed. For a moment, no one spoke inside the alien ship. "They are not negotiating," an officer whispered. "They are deciding." The commander slowly sat down. For the first time, he looked tired. "They are teaching us something," he said. Outside, human ships began to move again. Not fast, not aggressive, but precise. "They are repositioning," an alien officer said quickly. "They are tightening the formation, one by one." Escape paths started to close. Routes that once looked open were now covered. Angles that seemed safe were now watched. "They are building a cage," someone said. The commander closed his eyes for a second, then opened them again, clear, focused. "All ships," he ordered. "Prepare for full defensive combat." "But commander," one officer said. "That may not be enough." The commander looked straight ahead. "It was never about enough," he said. "It is about what remains, far away." In the darkness, human fleets aligned together. For the first time, fully visible as one force. Not scattered, not hidden, unified, a silent message, clear without words. This was the end phase, back on Earth. The human commander stood still, watching the final setup. "All units in position," an officer confirmed. The commander gave one final order. Short, simple. "Finish it." In space, the alien fleet felt the shift. The quiet before something final, something unavoidable. They were no longer fighting for victory. They were fighting to exist, and deep down, they understood one thing clearly now. They had started a war for fun, but humans were about to finish it for real. The dark space around the alien fleet no longer felt empty. It felt closed, like invisible walls were slowly moving closer. Tight, controlled, unavoidable. Human ships were no longer hiding. They were everywhere now. Perfectly placed, perfectly still, like a silent net waiting to pull tight. Inside the alien command ship, every screen was active. Every system pushed to its limit. But for the first time, it all felt useless. "They are ready," one officer said, his voice shaking. "They are not waiting anymore." The commander stood tall. Even now, fear was there, but it did not control him. "All ships," he ordered. "This is the final engagement. No retreat. No surrender." Across the alien fleet, weapons powered to maximum, shields reinforced, engines charged. They were ready to fight with everything left. But deep inside, they all knew this fight was different, far away. Human command ships aligned in silence. No loud orders, no panic, everything moved like one mind. Inside the main human vessel, the commander watched carefully. "They are preparing for a direct fight," an officer said. The commander nodded. "They think this is where it ends," another officer asked quietly. "Isn't it?" The commander looked at the screen, calm as always. "No," he said. "This is where they understand." A signal moved across all human ships. One command, shared instantly. Then it began, but not with an explosion. Not with chaos, with silence. Suddenly, alien ships started losing connection to each other. Their communication lines broke apart. Fleet coordination vanished. "Commander, we are losing network control," an officer shouted. "Backup systems failing." The commander reacted fast. "Switch to manual control," but it was already spreading. Like a slow wave, taking systems one by one. "They are not attacking our ships," another officer realized. "They are attacking how we work outside." Human ships moved with perfect timing, not rushing in, but closing gaps. Cutting escape paths completely. Then the first real strike came. A powerful beam hit an alien battleship. Not destroying it instantly, but disabling its core systems. The ship went dark, drifting, lifeless. Then another strike, and another, each one precise. Each one planned. Alien ships fired back wildly. Bright energy filled space again, but it felt desperate now, uncontrolled. "They are breaking us apart," an officer said. "They are not fighting the fleet. They are removing it piece by piece." The commander watched everything. Every loss, every failure. "They waited for this moment," he said quietly. "When we had nowhere to run, suddenly, a new alert appeared. 'Commander, energy spike detected,' on the screen. Something massive was forming, far beyond normal weapons. "What is that?" an officer whispered. No one answered, because no one knew, back on Earth. The command center grew even more silent. All eyes on one screen. "Final stage ready," an officer confirmed. The main commander stood still, watching carefully. "Execute," he said. In space, the massive energy formation expanded. Not fast, not wild, but controlled, precise. It spread across the battlefield like a wave, touching every alien ship. At first, nothing happened. Then slowly, one by one, alien ships powered down. Not destroyed, not exploded, shut down. Weapons offline, engines silent, systems dead. Panic filled the alien fleet. "This is impossible," someone shouted. "They are turning us off." The commander stared at the screen. Realizing the truth fully now, "They are not just stronger," he said. "They control the fight completely, around him." His fleet was fading, not in fire, but in silence. Back in human ships, no one celebrated. No cheers, no excitement, only confirmation. "All targets neutralized," the human commander nodded once. In space, the alien fleet, once powerful and feared, now floated helpless, quiet, broken. The alien commander sat slowly, looking at the dark screens around him. "This is how it ends," he said softly. "Not with glory, not with victory, but with understanding. They had started a war for fun, thinking it would be easy, but humans did not play games. They finished them, and now, only one step remained, the final decision. What humans would do next, and for the first time. That question felt more terrifying than the war itself. The battlefield was silent, not the calm silence of peace, but the heavy silence after something powerful had ended. The alien fleet, once proud and unstoppable, now floated without power. Ships hung in space like empty shells. Weapons cold, engines dead, systems unresponsive. Inside the alien command ship, no alarms were left. No flashing lights, no urgent voices. Only quiet breathing. The commander sat still, staring at the dark screen, for the first time in his long life. He had nothing to command. "It is over," one officer whispered. No one argued, because they all felt it outside. Human ships remained in position, still surrounding, still watching, but not attacking. "They are waiting," an alien officer said. "Waiting for what?" another asked. No one had the answer. Then suddenly, a signal came through. Clear, strong, impossible to block. The human voice returned, calm as always. "This war is finished." The alien commander slowly stood up, weak, but still holding his dignity. "What happens now?" he asked. There was a short pause, long enough to remind everyone who's in control. Then the answer came. "You will leave," the human voice said. Shock spread across the alien crew. "Leave," one officer repeated quietly. The commander narrowed his eyes slightly. "You refuse surrender," he said. "You deny negotiation, and now you let us go." "Yes," the human replied. The simplicity of the answer felt heavier than any weapon. "Why?" the commander asked, for the first time. The human voice changed slightly, not angry, but firm. "Because this was never about destroying you." Silence filled the alien ship again. "It was about ending what you started." The words stayed in the air. Clear, sharp, undeniable, back on Earth. The command center remained calm. But there was something different now, not tension, but closure. "All enemy ships neutralized," an officer confirmed. Awaiting final instruction, the main commander looked at the screen one last time. "Open exit path," he ordered. In space, human ships slowly moved. Not retreating, but creating a single clear path. A way out, the alien fleet saw it. A narrow opening in the perfect formation. "They are giving us a way to escape," one officer said. Still unable to fully understand, the commander looked at the path. Then back at the silent human ships. "They are giving us something worse than defeat," he said quietly. "What do you mean?" an officer asked. "They are giving us memory." The truth hit hard. If they were destroyed, the story would end, but if they survived, they would carry this moment forever. A lesson, a warning. The commander took a slow breath. "All ships," he ordered, "restore minimum systems. Prepare to move, one by one." Weak systems came back online, just enough to move, not enough to fight. The alien fleet began to leave. Slowly, carefully, no sudden moves, no mistakes. Human ships did not follow, did not attack, did not speak again. They simply watched. Until the last alien ship crossed the edge of the system and disappeared into deep space. The battlefield was empty now, back on Earth. The main commander turned away from the screen. "It's done," an officer said quietly. "Yes," he replied, no celebration, no victory speech. Because this was not about winning. It was about ending something before it could grow, far away, in the darkness of space. The alien fleet traveled in silence, no laughter, no pride. Only one thought remained in every mind. Humans were not the weakest species. They were the most dangerous kind. Not because of strength, but because of control. Patience, understanding, and one simple truth. War was never a game to them, and anyone who treated it like one would never forget the lesson. The galaxy would hear this story again and again, not as a tale of destruction, but as a warning. Do not start a war for fun, because humans do not play, they finish.